CBS Sports put out their preseason All-NFC East team. Okay? Which team would you think has the most players on the list? And it's offense, defense, and special teams.
All-NFC East team. I mean, it makes sense that it would be the Cowboys.
Commandos.
I would lean
Is
towards
not the Commanders.
Eagles.
Okay. And that's what I thought it was going to be, too.
I guess defense. We might have a lot on defense.
I think so.
I thought it was also going to be the Eagles just because of how much everyone's hyped about their roster, except for the quarterback.
I think, let me add to this real quick. A lot of people that are hyped for their roster are hyped for their roster when they get a quarterback. And when I say that,
okay,
they have 2 first-round picks next year to go get a quarterback that they might want. They can do
it's
anything.
A heavy quarterback
or they
draft.
can say, you know what, we're going to go sign somebody. But
Right.
if they don't like Jalen Hurts at the end of the year, they can go get whatever they want.
Okay, so I'll run down the names for you, and I've got the tallies and everything. So they went position for position, both offense and defense, with the exception of one. They added like a flex position at each spot.
Punter.
Quarterback, we'll get to that. Quarterback, Dak Prescott. Running back, Saquon Barkley. Wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, A.J. Brown, and Terry McLaurin. That is a hell of a 3 receiving group right there.
Mike, did you hear that? Miles Sanders, yet again, not getting the respect he thinks he deserves.
I will tell you this.
I forgot about
that. I shouldn't tell you this because if you're going to be in our Derek Holland league, I just looked at daily fantasy and how much people are costing, and Miles Sanders, before he gets hurt in week 1, might be a decent value.
Okay.
But again, didn't get the respect that he claims he deserves.
You know what, Mommy? I do. I need my respect.
Hey, that's awesome, Reggie. Great work.
That sounds right. That absolutely sounds like something that Mike did, obviously, and would say.
That's Miles Sanders because Mommy told him that he's not getting his respect.
At tight end, they've got Dallas Goedert, although they have a flex position for Dalton Schultz. And then across the offensive line, Andrew Thomas, Lane Johnson, Zach Martin, Landon Dickerson, and Jason Kelsey. So you see right there, offensive line dominated by the Eagles. But on offense, the Eagles have 5, the Cowboys have 4. All right.
Oh.
So thus far, advantage Eagles.
You're saying we may not drop 47 on them again this year or whatever that number was.
Well, we'll see about their defense.
56, I think, when we got to play their special teamers when they played defense and offense.
What a magical time that was. Defensive front, DeMarcus Lawrence, Hassan Reddick, Jonathan Allen, and Javon Hargrave. So again, advantage Eagles. Linebacker, Micah Parsons, Blake Martinez, and then Leonard Williams is the flex. So this is the one spot where maybe the Giants come through like they might do something. In the defensive backfield, Trayvon Diggs, Darius Slay, and Kendall Fuller, and then Xavier McKinney and Jaron Kearse makes the cut for safety.
There's a lot of Giants in here.
There are a lot of Giants on this list.
So you think maybe the Giants?
I don't know. I can't count.
The choice.
I wasn't counting how many, but there are a lot. I've just noticed the same thing.
They haven't even counted
Giants.
Thibodeau yet.
Yeah.
His knee's okay.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, that's a projection.
So
I do think that was a heck of a pick as long as he's healthy.
You said there was a lot of Giants on the list, but they all came in that cluster.
Oh, okay, so there's like 5.
There's 5. There is 5.
Real quick. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Who did Philadelphia just trade for yesterday from New Orleans?
It was the safety, right? Johnson?
He's
cornerback.
Cornerback, thank you.
He wouldn't make this list, would he? I know that he probably wasn't pickable because he just got traded less than 24 hours ago. But
I think it did come out yesterday, so I don't know if they anticipated
I just was wondering
that.
I don't
if he
think
would jump over.
He wouldn't jump over Diggs. I know that maybe over Choppy's list. For some reason, he hates Diggs.
That is really odd to me.
And I get he can improve.
All analytics.
He's still good.
All analytics. That's the only reason he's picking a number.
Which is weird because analytics love Trayvon Diggs. If you look at all the advanced statistics, they're like, he's one of the best in the league. It's just the most basic of how many yards did you supposedly give up that has people bent out of shape. But the rest of the analytics are super pro Trayvon Diggs.
Kevin, a man told me once, the only stat that matters is how many points did you score and how many points did you keep your opponent from scoring. That's the one that matters.
But even then, sometimes you can't keep the Cowboys from scoring because Trayvon Diggs is going to score in anyway.
Yep.
I agree with what you said. That's the only analytic that matters. How many you score and how many you give up.
Yeah.
Mike's the person that said that, by the way.
On that one day.
Yes. And then special teams, Jake Elliott is the kicker, Brian Anger is the punter,
Yes!
and Kavontae Turpin is the returner, all ready for
It's
the
Turpin
Cowboys.
time!
He hasn't done anything in the NFL.
Turpin
He's
time.
done zero things.
Turpin time.
I get it.
Turpin time.
I'm not voting him All-NFC East team before the season even starts.
How many guys returned to punt in the preseason?
0.
Him.
How many guys returned to
Him.
kickoff?
0.
We did do the numbers last week, Mike, or Kevin. If he averages on kick returns 28.8 yards and gets 2 returned for a touchdown, it's awesome. Like,
That is pretty elite right
If he
there.
averages 13.5 yards on punt returns and gets 1, awesome. Like, that's where the top 2 return 2, maybe. And most of them were just 1. So there you go.
Now, the interesting thing about this, and again, it's one spot, one list, CBS Sports. Philly has 5 of the All-NFC East on offense, 3 on defense, and 1 special team. So
I
that's
assume we only have Zach Martin.
Zach Martin was the only offensive line player. And
How many
then
does Philly have?
they had 3 on the
Yikes.
offensive line. So if there's a discernible advantage anywhere, it's at offensive line, which given some of the conversations we have, I don't feel like it's like that surprising.
Yeah.
But for the Cowboys, they had 4 players total on offense, 4 on defense, and 2 on special teams. So
That's solid.
you have 10 and the Eagles have 9. Now, I realize the advantage came to you on special teams, but if you just go offense and defense, Philly has 8, Dallas has 8. So as much as we've talked about, I think the perception is a lot of people think that the Eagles roster is better, maybe a lot better than the Cowboys. And the only thing that puts it up for contention is the Cowboys at quarterback. But looking at
where
this,
we dominate this
exactly.
division.
But looking at this list, I started to think we have some discernible advantages on defense, and maybe their rosters are closer than we thought. And if that's the case, I'll take the Cowboys all day because of the quarterback thing that you referenced.
Yeah, it's interesting when we do this. I think the Cowboys are going 7-10. But when you look at it this way, I think defense, we're a little better, not a lot. I think offensively, they're somewhat a lot better besides the quarterback, where we're a lot better. And I say we, the Cowboys. I need to stop saying that. The Cowboys are a lot better at quarterback. I think a lot worse everywhere else offensively. The Cowboys, I think, are a little bit better defensively than the Eagles, but both have good defenses. But I think we're a little bit better.
There are 3 phases of the game, Kevin.
Yes.
So you don't forget that, like, if you can score points in the special teams, that's amazing.
How many games do we talk about if a team scores a non-offensive touchdown? Like, that's going to be the tip. And sometimes those are special teams.